Okay, in our last video, we added and subtracted monomials. It essentially was combining like terms. Now we're going to add polynomials. So one polynomial plus another polynomial. So part A right here says, how is adding polynomials like adding whole numbers? Because you guys know how to add whole numbers. So here's an example of, consider the expression 123 plus 405. So here's 123 plus 405. When you guys add whole numbers, only the like place values can be added. So only the ones can add together, only the tens can add together, and only the hundreds can add together. So let's just make a note. You can only add the like place values. Well, if we structure adding two polynomials together the same way, here's one polynomial plus another polynomial. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 3 plus, you can see in our second polynomial, we are lining up our like terms essentially. Over here, we had to have our place values lined up, and over here it's our like terms that are lined up. So the x squareds and then the constant terms on the end. So how is adding polynomials like adding whole numbers? You can only add the like terms of a polynomial. Okay, so let's take a look at actually doing some addition. Here we have a quadratic trinomial. We're going to add to it a quadratic binomial. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. So you'll have two methods. If the directions don't ask for a specific method, pick your favorite. If it does say a specific method, then make sure that you are able to do both methods. So the first method is going to be vertical. That's what we actually saw up above. When you are adding polynomials with a vertical method, you're going to line up your like terms. So our first polynomial is 4x squared plus 2x minus 3. I've got my x squared, the x, and the constant. We're going to add to it our second polynomial, 3x squared plus 6, but we just have to line that up. I'm going to put the x squared underneath the x squared. The plus 6 will go underneath its constant term. And now we're going to treat it like a regular addition problem. 4x squared plus 3x squared is a 7x squared. Our 2x does not have anything to add to it, so that's just not going to change. We'll carry down the plus 2x, and then we have a negative 3 plus 6. We'll add those together and get a positive 3. And our answer is a quadratic trinomial. So that's the vertical method. The other method is a horizontal method. What that looks like is, first I'm going to write the problem as an addition problem because it wasn't written that way for us. We have 4x squared plus 2x minus 3 plus 3x squared plus 6. Now it's an addition problem. Horizontally, what we're going to do is group our like terms horizontally versus grouping our like terms vertically, like we essentially did in the last problem. So your highest exponent first, we have a 4x squared. We're going to add to it the 3x squared from the other polynomial. Plus, do we have any x to the first power? We have a 2x. Does it have any x's to add with in the second one? It does not. Plus, we have our constant terms, negative 3 plus 6. And now it just makes it easy for us to add our like terms. 4x squared plus 3x squared is 7x squared. That plus 2x doesn't have anything to combine with, so that comes down. And then negative 3 plus 6 is a positive 3. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer to line the problem up vertically with your like terms or to group them horizontally? We're going to practice both. So let's go ahead and try another one. We're going to, let's do this one. Let's do the vertical method. Okay, that says vertical. It's hard to see. We have 3x squared plus 2x, and then we don't have a constant term on the end. We're going to add to that our second polynomial. The negative x is going to go below its like term, which is the 2x. So there's the negative x, and then the plus 9, the constant, will just go on the end. And we will add these together. So the 3x squared doesn't have any like terms to add to from the other polynomials, so that's going to stay as 3x squared. 2x plus a negative x is just a positive 1x, and that 9 does not have any like terms to combine with, so that's going to carry down as a plus 9. All right, why don't we try the horizontal method? So horizontal method, we are going to group our like terms horizontally. So there's the negative 2x squared. There's no other x squareds in the addition problem. Plus, do we have any x's? We have a positive 5x plus a 3x. Plus, do we have any constants? There's a negative 7 plus a 7 in the second polynomial. So now we just add together what we can. This negative 2x squared has no like terms to combine with, so that's going to be our leading term. 5x plus 3x, we can add those together to get 8x. And then negative 7 plus 7 equals 0, so we do not need to write that one down.